Hello, happiness abounder, and welcome back. So, I want to share a story. I had a family situation happen a few years ago, and while the details of it aren't necessarily important and I need to protect the privacy of other people, I was really struck by this situation, and I was unable to be grateful for anything about it. It felt like a huge weight had been dropped on me. It felt very lonely and it felt very isolating. And I didn't know the benefits of gratitude at the time. And so I lived for 9 months without being grateful for anything. And it was the hardest 9 months of my entire life, ever. And so, what I want to talk to you about today is situational gratitude. Because it's one thing to say, yes, I'm going to be grateful for this, and yes, let me put it here, here, and here 3 times a day in my journal, which is fantastic. But what about when you're in those situations, whether they're 9 months or 9 minutes? What about those situations that just seems impossible to see that silver lining? Then what do you do? And how do you let it impact your life? For me, those 9 months were the worst. I was not grateful for anything, and I wasn't necessarily in my anger state, that was previous to, but I was just skating by. I wasn't happy. I wasn't anything. And I certainly wasn't grateful for the great and amazing things I had, let alone the situation that was teaching me so much. When I look back now at that time, I see so many amazing benefits that have come from that time frame. I learned so much about myself. My relationship and my communication with my husband completely transformed into a whole new plane of wonderful. And I learned about my templates. I learned about my routines and my habits. I learned that I'm an emotional eater. I learned about my addiction to TV. I learned all of these things that have shaped my life because of those 9 months. But in the moment, I couldn't see it. I couldn't get past this whole woe is me. Why is this happening in my life? I'm so alone. No one understands. Victim mentality. So, if you are in a situation like that, or you have ever been in a situation like that, how can we practice situational gratitude in the moment instead of waiting till 9 months goes by and then be like, actually, that was pretty beneficial, right? So let's say, okay, I was rear-ended a few weeks ago, a month ago now. I was rear-ended. And I obviously wasn't happy about it. But my car was okay. I was okay. The person was okay. Like, there was no need to take it any further. And so we just kind of parted ways and it was fine. Like, she didn't seem apologetic. The person that hit me, just, it was whatever, right? And I could have been, and kind of I wanted to be, really angry and just like, oh my gosh, you hit me. I love my car and there's nothing wrong, but how dare you? Why were you on your phone? Because I know that's probably what you were, and not paying attention because you hit me when we were going through a green light. Like, you just don't do that unless you're on your phone, right? So I wanted to be angry. I wanted to be thinking and saying and doing all these things. And instead, I was like, okay, who do I want to be in this moment? I used my declaration. Then I got out of my car. Saw nothing was wrong with hers. She was like, "You good?" And I was irritated, but I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, "Well, it doesn't look like anything's wrong with the car. My car. Is yours okay?" "Yes, mine's okay." "Okay." And she's like, "Well, can we just leave then?" And I'm like, "Sure. Yeah, that's fine." Trying to remember to be nice, to be calm, to be all these things. So I'm fine. Get back in my car and drive home because I was on my way home. And funny enough, my husband and I combined pretty much every car minus one that we've owned in the last 6 months has been hit around that intersection, rear-ended. So really weird. But anyways, I had this opportunity to be really angry and take full advantage and have a great opportunity to let it all out, or had an opportunity to be who I aspire to be. So in a situation like that, almost instantly, I had to be grateful that this was a chance for me to practice in real time in a situation that very rarely happens, who I want to be instead of being angry. This is a chance for me to breathe and say, it's okay. I'm okay. She's okay. We're great. This was an opportunity for me to not feel entitled that you rear-ended me, so I get to be a jerk. No, none of that happened because it was so many great opportunities. I mean, none of the anger happened because it was so many great opportunities and so many things to be grateful for. So I'm going to pull back to what I think I mentioned in the first episode between the happiness and gratitude connection of this theme week, so episode 401, and really highlight that at least what works for me is what can I learn and grow from this situation. When I can ask that, it expands my mind to the other possibilities, the other ways to behave, the other ways to think, and then I can be grateful for even the opportunity to expand those opportunities, if that makes sense. So that's what I ask in any situation. And I wish I would have asked it in those 9 months. I asked it afterward, but if I had asked it in month 2, like, let's give me a little bit of time to wallow, sure. Month 2, if I had asked, okay, what can I learn from this? Can you imagine how much faster my life would have accelerated in a positive direction? Instead, I slogged through 9 months before I started asking myself those questions. So that's the thing I ask. I would encourage you to find your silver lining, right? Ask that question, whatever it is. What can I learn from the situation? What's the silver lining here? How can this benefit me? Right? That's another way of saying, like, how can I learn and grow? Maybe a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this extra project at work. I don't have time. I'm frustrated, blah, blah, blah. How can this benefit me? Well, I'll get to learn a new skill. I'll get to do this. I may be able to impress my boss more so that I can progress and move further. Nobody else wants this job, so by me taking it, I'm showing initiative. It benefits me greatly. Yes, I should do it. And I'm so grateful that I'm given this opportunity to do it. It could go the other way. You're just slammed with projects and things at work, and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to now know what I like and what I don't like so that I can take the next path forward. That's how this right here, right now benefits me. So I'd ask those kind of questions, but find the one that works for you to help you see the benefits, the opportunities, the silver lining of a situation that maybe you wouldn't normally be grateful for. And when you can expand those opportunities, those possibilities by asking those questions, then you can express gratitude for it and move quickly through it. So that's my episode today. I hope that this resonates with you if you are struggling or if you have struggled with something. Gratitude can really turn things around, can really boost our happiness and boost our grace for ourselves so that we get out of these negative situations, these negative mindsets, and start progressing in a positive forward momentum. So that said, if this episode resonated with you, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or on Facebook. If you are on Apple and you're listening here, then you know how to find me. Just type in Happiness Abound. And if you don't have Apple Podcasts and you would love to leave a review, which would be amazing, go to facebook.com/happinessabound blog, and there's a section to leave a review there as well. So that said, if you like the episode, please leave a review. Please let me know. It helps other people find the show, which is awesome to expand our Happiness Abound community. But above everything else, make sure you get that question. Find that question that you can use to find the gratitude in any situation. And remember, you are capable of happiness abound.